Hey folks, Wayne Jennings here. Today we're going to talk about coffee, specifically espresso. Now, when I'm out hiking or camping, I always like to have a fresh cup of espresso. And, to do that, I traditionally would take a little stove like this with some fuel, need some kind of pot to heat the water. And of course, I need to take some coffee with me. Then I need some kind of a press here to squeeze it out and make a nice cup of espresso. This all works, but it's a bit bulky. And if I want to save weight, I can just take this little package of instant espresso. It tends to do a pretty good job too, but I still need the stove and the pot, things like that. But there is a simpler way, and that is thanks to this machine here. This is made by a company called OutIn. It is the Nano portable espresso machine, and it is really simple. Basically, you just kind of hit this button, and within a matter of moments, you get quick, hot espresso coming out the bottom, pouring into your little cup there. Look at that. Takes hardly any time at all. And as you can see, that's pretty quick. I have a fresh cup of espresso. Oh, that's good. Now, of course, there's a little more involved. You have to put some water in here, and you have to put your coffee in the bottom. But it's really, really simple. I'll show you in a moment how you do that. But first, let's just take a look at the package this comes in, and I'll show you everything that comes in the kit. Here's the box that your portable espresso machine comes in. Let's just open it up, have a look inside. First off, I'm pretty impressed by the quality of the packaging here. On the bottom of the box here, they show you different recipes for different sizes and strengths of coffee you can brew. Open these flaps, and we get this troubleshooting guide on this plasticized material. So it's waterproof and tear-proof, and just lists different things if you need to troubleshoot your machine there. We also get a quick start guide to get you up and brewing coffee. And of course, there is a detailed user manual here with more detailed instructions inside. Oh, look at this. You get some stickers. If you want to put some stickers somewhere, that's kind of cool. But underneath here is your main coffee machine. There it is right there. The OutIn Nano. And of course, these come in different colors, but that's the actual machine itself. And with it, you get a USB cable here. That is, of course, for charging up your Nano machine. You get this little measuring spoon, and this is a little coffee basket for putting ground coffee in. And then, of course, you get this nice little drinking mug as well. Now, just before I show you how easy it is to use this espresso machine, just a little disclaimer here. I did not pay for this machine. The folks at OutIn contacted me and asked me if I'd be interested in reviewing it. They're not paying me to do this review. They're not telling me what to say. They don't even get to see this review before it's uploaded. So all the opinions here are mine. Using this machine is fairly simple. There is a water reservoir in the top, and in the bottom is this filter basket that just unscrews, and that's where your coffee goes. Now, you can use this with two kinds of coffee. You can scoop your own, or you can use these little capsules. These are designed to work with Nespresso machines. This kind has the aluminum, the metal on the top. This is a recyclable, compostable one. It's got paper on the top. I've used them both. They both work. This is certainly the quickest and easiest method. You just get this capsule adapter, put the capsule in, you push it down all the way, like so. Then you put it into this little basket here, and you thread it onto the bottom. Get it on there nice and tight. Then you have to add water to the top, and depending on if you want a single or a double shot, you can add between 50 and 80 millimeters of water. Just pour it in the top there. There's little lines in here to indicate how much water. And you can just have this hold it over a cup and pour it that way, or it comes with this little cup that attaches, so you can put it on there, set it up, push the button, let it do its own thing. Now, there are also two ways to brew. If you push this button, it will heat the water itself and takes about 3 minutes. You can also use preheated water. So if you're using your little camp stove and you've got the water boiled already, you can pour it in the top and you push that button and it comes through within 20 seconds. So it just depends. If you don't have a stove with you, if you're out and about and you want to heat it, you just push this, hold it, and it beeps, and then it'll start the heating process, and that'll take just under 3 minutes. Once you've pushed the button, these LEDs on the front will start flashing to indicate the process. Once all four have lit up, the water is heated, and then it will extract the coffee. So after about 3 minutes, it's all done. You can just take this off, and now the coffee is here in this reservoir. Smells good. It tastes great. You can drink it out of there, or you can add it to your favorite mug here. Cheers. The other method is to use your own coffee, and you can put it in this little filter basket. You get a little scoop here. So you just get some of your coffee here. Not too much. They suggest you put about 80% to the fill line there. And it's just really easy to put it in. Just flip this upside down, turn it over, and all the coffee goes inside there. Then you flip the little cup around and use it to push it down. That way you get it all nice and compacted inside there. Then this goes in the filter basket after we put this lid on, like so. This is the same filter basket that this was in. That's the one that the capsule was in. That was in there before, but this time we're putting our own coffee. So you just put it inside there, and then just thread it on to the bottom of the machine here. Get it on there nice and tight. So now it's just a matter of pushing the button. The machine will heat the water and brew the coffee. But there is another method which relies on using hot water. So you bypass the actual heating inside here, and it's much, much quicker. I just happen to have some hot water here. I just boiled. So we're just going to add that in the reservoir here, just over or just under 2 ounces. Put the lid on. Now, it's going to be a lot quicker because this machine doesn't have to heat it. So you just press this button twice. Hear that noise? It's pushing it through because the water has already been preheated a lot quicker, and the battery will last a lot longer doing it this way. There we go, instant espresso. Look at that crema on there. Really, really nice. Oh, that is good espresso. Now, as you've seen, there are two methods there. You can have this machine heat the water. It takes about 3 minutes. Or if you add hot water yourself, it's pretty instantaneous. The thing to keep in mind, though, is the battery life. If you have this machine heat the water, obviously it's going to take a lot more energy, and you will only get between 3 and 5 cups of espresso before it's time to recharge. Now, if you're adding your own hot water, they say you get up to 200 uses because it's just pushing the water through. So that's going to be way more efficient. But of course, it depends where you're using it. Obviously, if you're out on a hike or camping, you can heat up water if you have your stove with you. But if you're only taking this machine, well, full charge, you'll get 3 to 5 cups. But it's great, say, at home where you have a kettle, or at work, or a microwave or something. You can preheat the water. It's just great. Keep it on your desk. Every time you want one, heats up some water, put it in there, push the button. You don't have to worry about recharging it. It'll last a long, long time if you add the hot water. But again, if you're out camping, that's not necessarily an option if this is all you've got in your backpack. The Nano Espresso machine measures 9 1/4 inches high and 2 3/4 inches in diameter. That's 24 by 7 centimeters. It weighs in at 1 pound 7 ounces or 656 grams. The internal 11-volt battery is rated at 7,500 milliamp hours and takes about 3 hours to charge. Brew time, when heating the water, is about 3 minutes. On a full charge, I was able to brew 3 double shots, or 5 single shots before the battery ran out. However, if you're adding your own hot water, brew time is reduced to less than 20 seconds, and you can expect to brew up to 200 cups. In conclusion, I was really impressed with this Nano portable espresso brewing machine. I mean, it worked for me every time I used it, no complaints there. Seems to be really, really durable, compact. It brews a great cup of espresso, so no complaints with any of that. A few minor things I want to bring up. One is the charging cable. You get this USB-C charging cable. Now it's USB-C on both ends, but you don't get any kind of power plug to plug it into a wall. In the instructions it says for optimum charging, use a 3-amp charger. Well, it's fine if you have a 3-amp charger. I got a bunch of these. You probably have a bunch hanging around the house from phones and tablets and things like that. This one's 1 amp, usually like 2 amps. So yeah, they'll charge it, but it'll take longer. Why don't they just include a 3-amp charger with it? And that way it's going to charge the way it's supposed to. The other thing, this is USB-C on both ends, and all these power plugs, they have the larger USB Type A. You have the Type A on that end and the Type C on this end. That's pretty common. Even if you're charging it from a power bank, most power banks have the USB Type A. This is a newer one that has the A and the C and the micro on there as well. But if you have an old power bank, you probably won't have that. I have outlets in the house, on the wall, and they have all the USB Type A. So, this will work, but I would think they should give you a power plug that's going to work. Then you don't have to go searching for one yourself. Minor thing, but a little irritating, I think. The other thing, this brews great espresso, but why can't it brew regular coffee? I would think if you made this reservoir a bit bigger, I don't mean huge, but enough to say make a 6-ounce cup of coffee, and it's going to brew coffee, regular coffee. Why does it have to just be espresso? I think that would be perfect. Make the reservoir a bit bigger, get yourself a nice full cup of regular coffee. But those are kind of minor things. If you want a great cup of espresso and you want it nice and quick and portable, this is definitely worth considering.